What is up, everyone? Hello, and welcome to Crossroads PlayStation Podcast. I am your host, LeRon Dawkins, and tonight it is just me and the lonesome ghostwriter there, Mr. Chris True, tonight.
Yes,
for the show. Austin, unfortunately, is out sick tonight. Hopefully it's not COVID, but buddy, take care of yourself, get better, and we'll see you next week, hopefully. But Chris, how's it going tonight?
It's going well. It's just the two of us, you and I. I'm looking forward to it. Getting a little personal here at Crossroads.
Get a little personal, how?
Yeah, it's just a little bit more intimate. Just the two of us going back.
All right. Watch yourself.
We could share some stories.
We cannot share some stories. No, that's not this type of party. You come back Wednesday nights for that.
Oh wait, yeah, no, wrong show.
Yeah, you come back Wednesday nights for that. How have you been since the last time I saw you? Because I surely didn't see you last week.
No, you did not. Not bad, just busy. We had the last week we had a weird half day in the middle of the week where we had to do a bunch of stuff, and then this week we had Monday off, which was nice. But next week or whatever we have conferences and shit, so I have a half day on Friday. It's all sorts of really, really twisted up in things that they tried to do to help us and make it seem like they cared about their teachers. Is just not 100% gone the way they thought it would.
Speaking of teachers, of teachers and stuff, did you hear about that bullshit in Florida?
Oh dear God!
The don't say gay bullshit.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, fuck those guys. Seriously,
and also the ramifications behind it.
That they will, that if you even suspect a child is gay, you will tell their parent.
You will out them, yeah.
Regardless of whether or not what happens to them at home, which is fucked up for so many reasons.
Exactly. Like you could like teachers who are supposed to be, primary people who are responsible for the health and well-being of children, are potentially putting these kids in harm's way because if they have an abusive parent, that's it.
Yeah, no, I don't fuck around with that shit. My red line is kids. If you're gonna do something to kids, done. I will wage war on you. I don't get down like that.
Hard same.
Last year, whenever we were coming into school, a board member out here said that transgender students infringe upon the rights of Christian parents. One, I don't just teach Christian students. Two, you just insulted and made a space unsafe for my kids. So I got out and protested that, man. That was not okay. That stuff that's going on in Florida is not okay. As teachers, we are in some cases the only loving, caring adult that children get, and the only person that tries to understand where they come from, because we don't have, we're not their parent, but we're an adult who cares about them as children. So to put us in that position, to think that a fucking teacher would, because I'll tell you what, let me find out another teacher outed a student to their parent and knowing that child would be abused.
It's not even the outing part. It's the fact that you're potentially putting a kid into some sort of danger.
And that's what I'm saying. That's a big part of it, because it's our job to report if the children are in danger. And if you know that they're in danger before you report or out a child, you know they were in danger in the first place. So why the fuck weren't you speaking up then?
I'm just curious, because how the hell did never mind. I live in Virginia, where right now we have a chucklehead for a governor.
Yeah, but he can't do shit. And
he's having the time of his life trying to get shit done.
Yeah, it's never going to happen. All he's doing is making sure Democrats are going to take the state again. Yeah. And which is funny to me, right? Because they put out a thing. They took a poll where he's super unpopular. People do not agree with him on critical race theory.
46%. I think they said 46% like him, while another 15% don't know how they feel about him, which
is confusing to me. It must be the vest. If you dress like Marty McFly, people will like you. but and he's super unpopular. Like the thing that he won on, which was critical race theory, which is part of how he won, but it's also a much smaller issue in the fact that Democrats couldn't get people to fucking vote because Terry McAuliffe was just a trash candidate that nobody really likes, and all he ran on was being anti-Trump. Yes, we
Anti-Trump,
understand.
yeah.
We understand that Donald Trump is a fucking piece of garbage, traitor, who backed Putin today. So fuck him specifically today, outside of trying to overthrow democracy. But you can't run on that shit. Yes, no, we all hate Donald Trump. He's fucking human garbage.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
literally the personification of duck butter. Look it up. Urban Dictionary. You're welcome.
Thanks for God. I haven't heard that term in forever, and thanks for putting it in my head now. I hate you.
Yeah, no, it is not even close to butter shaped like Donald Duck. Of which
yeah, it's not appetizing either. Let's put it that way.
Frothy. Anyway, no, he's disgusting and he's garbage. And that's what Terry McAuliffe ran on, and Virginians weren't like, I don't feel like going out and voting for that. And then Youngkin was able to flip the ones who they'll say Black Lives Matter, but at the same time they don't want their child learning that grandma's in the history book protesting a little black girl going to school. So I don't need that taught in school either. It's exactly how that breaks down, right?
Yeah.
People confuse their history with history, because I don't feel beholden to any of the human garbage that I'm related to. I have KKK members in my family. Fuck those guys, all of them.
Damn, why'd you have to say it like that, man? Shit. now I gotta cleanse the timeline.
I'm just saying, people feel beholden to their own history. I just get out and I do shit. I do things that I know would make them very angry, and I do it on purpose because fuck them specifically.
Yeah, there's certain things
they're all
about
dead,
family.
Though, by the way,
really good. Maybe not good, but you know what I mean.
I
don't mean to be disrespectful.
No, be disrespectful. They're for sure burning in hell. Can't hate people and get to heaven. I'm sorry. No religion does that work.
Yeah. But other than politics and bullshit, because like we're brimming on possibly another war situation, which please, I hope not. But
how to depth on that too.
No,
Poland 1939.
No, don't. No, we need to keep some sort of a vibe going here tonight. It's just you and me tonight.
It's all fun and games here.
So did anything exciting happen last week while you were out?
No, I played Sifu. That was about the excitement of it. I know. I'll get to that. I'll get to it. We really didn't do much. Just busy with school. I've been in the process of recording an album with a friend of mine, and a big project that we're working on outside of this, which I'm not going to say anything about now.
Which thank you, by the way, for letting me be privy to some of the early access to it.
Yeah, you're welcome. I needed somebody who knew how to write and would also revel at any opportunity to tell me how much I fucking suck. So,
you didn't suck. You didn't suck. Actually, it wasn't like I picked it apart. It's not like I tore it to shreds or anything.
No, it actually made me. I was pretty pleased. It made me really, really happy. So I appreciated that. I appreciated your input. So we finished up, the primary recording part. We're going into the production of that shit, and we got to go back and we'll spot clean stuff and re-record things. But we finished that up. That was about it. Yeah, I'm really fucking boring, man. My 3-year-old dominates my life.
I mean, that's not really a bad thing, right? I mean, kids are a wonderful experience. Even the most brattiest of kids are a wonderful experience,
Yeah. Mine likes to surprise you. Like he'll be sitting there watching a video and he'll chuckle to himself and he'll go, ha ha ha, that's fucking funny.
And he will say that?
No, he got us with that the other day. I was like, dude, come on, man. Like, not to say that. I've told you, but he's so smart. He's so smart that he knows exactly what to do. I
mean, in all fairness, he got it from you.
I know.
I know Hannah also doesn't have a filter, but I mean, she's not as bad as you.
No. No, I have no filter. I call it Phil Rizzuto's disease. For those of you who don't know, Phil Rizzuto was a shortstop for the New York Yankees. Go Yankees! In the 50s, he was one of the more famous ones, but he's also an announcer. Well, his wife talked about him not having a filter. She said he doesn't have one of those collapses in your brain that closes to keep you from saying shit. I tore that fucker off years ago. Burnt that house down.
Yeah, my week was okay. I mean, I did a work project this weekend, an actual for my actual job in real life. It took up most of the weekend, but I was actually able to still like pull some time together to spend time with the boyfriend, and made a wonderful dinner Sunday.
And you
Include
did not invite me over.
No, but I did not invite you over. No,
Never.
as a matter of fact, like when it comes to cooking, I am the worst judge of my own cooking, and everybody's I know I'm a good cook. Well,
You
and
cook
you
all the
know,
fucking time, and you've not once ever invited me over.
maybe it'll happen soon. My roommate's still kind of crazy about how the house looked. The house is starting to look like people live here now. But like there's still some rooms that need work on and all that stuff and things like that. So like it hasn't been like this big like invite people over events just yet, because that's what I want to do. I actually want to host like a monthly like dinner party. But
That
it's
I'll
not going to
never
be
get invited to.
no, you'll get invited to, because guess what?
Oh yeah.
The way my dinner parties run, this is how. You remember back when we were working at the same games? You remember back when we were working at Greg's GameStop? Wait, no, not Greg's GameStop. My GameStop. Remember when we were working at my GameStop?
Yes. It's where I
I
found out
used
Michael Jackson died. Standing in the doorway with you and Desmond. I talk about that all the time. It's weird. I remember it very specifically. Sorry.
Did he die then?
Yep. We were standing in the doorway. Had just walked up. Desmond was standing halfway in the store, halfway out of the store. You had your book bag in because you were coming into the store, and Desmond went, Michael Jackson died. I was like, what? I remember. I fucking have the weirdest memory, man. Like there are times that I remember very, very specific things.
Man, I don't even know where I was going with that.
Sorry, you were talking about dinner and we were talking about GameStop and us working there, and then I talked about Michael Jackson.
Yeah, me and my okay, that's right. Me
Don't
and my
stop.
me,
Don't
me
stop
and
till you
my
get enough.
me and my roommate my roommate Justin and I, we because we both foodies and we like to cook. Like we hosted dinner parties like once a month and stuff like that. We invite friends over and stuff like that. The caveat is that like we're not doing all the cooking. Like so everybody that's invited brings some type of dish. It doesn't have to be the main course. It can be a side dish, or it can be like something to complement things. But everybody like has a cooking aspect of it and stuff like that. So it was cool, and also that helped eliminate all the dishes and the cleanup, all that stuff.
So you had a potluck, is what you had.
Basically a potluck, but it was
You didn't. You had a potluck. That's what it was.
well, no, because this is actual food. Like it's a planned meal. So for example, like say I'm making
So it's like Thanksgiving.
yeah. So say me as the host, like the main attraction that I'm making is hey, let's do it like your family does it, like prime rib. Like
Yeah.
you know, what happens at that point is like once we know what the main event is of that, like
Mhm.
everybody else that's invited winds up, like they're like, okay, well, since you're making this, we'll make like let's say they make a side dish of like like corned beef and cabbage or something like that.
Ooh.
Um,
St.
and
Patrick's Day
somebody
is coming up.
yeah,
Sounds
I
delicious.
know. Yeah, I
You
know.
should
I
fuck
know.
with people and be like, yeah, no, I'm making spaghetti. See what everybody else brings.
No, but then like so like now we've got secondary. Now we need sides. So someone's like, okay, I'll make mashed potatoes, or someone else might chime in and say, okay, I'm making like roasted Brussels sprouts, stuff like that. So basically, the entire dinner gets planned out, and everybody has their portion to add into it and stuff like that. And unfortunately, someone winds up getting stuck with the hardest part, which is like a dessert or something.
Oh,
Like
that's my
because
favorite part. I like to bake.
it's a
I
favorite.
don't think
It
you
is.
know that. I like to bake.
You've said you've said it a few times. So like I'm probably going to prototype a dinner real soon here. You and Hannah
Yes,
will be invited.
I'm down.
You can. I'll have to ask the roommate how he feels about 3-year-olds, because actually my roommate, he's kind of I'm not. He's not child averse, but you know, like he is not used to being around small kids. He's not.
Bodhi's not like a small child.
No, he's like no.
No.
He's like
Like he's not like
he.
a small child. He will fucking sit there and have a conversation with you about like Star Wars or some shit, like a full conversation. He doesn't do what other 3-year-olds do. But you know, hey, I also don't want to bring my 3-year-old. I like to have fun, so you know, you don't have to worry about
Okay.
that.
Okay.
That's
Good.
that's the point of that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, we like that. We want to get rid of him. I'll send him to my parents. We're sending him to my parents next Friday. He loves going to Nan and Pops. He loves my.
I didn't say I was doing it next Friday.
No, I'm going to see the Batman next Friday. You aren't
Okay.
getting. No, I'm getting nowhere anywhere near anybody. I'm seeing the Batman.
Okay. I got you. I got you.
But no. So for those of you that didn't catch that, anybody who watches and follows knows that him and I have known each other forever. He used to come to Christmas and stuff, and then I moved to New Jersey, and I go to Christmas sometimes because I got married and shit. And you know, I have to split it up, splitting up Christmas and whatnot.
That's usually a thing that happens when like you get attached.
Yeah. Makes it fun though. It makes it interesting. We do different
things. It does. Because the one thing I don't understand about some people is like how they will touch bases at every relative's house on those days to eat, and I'm like, oh fuck no.
Yeah, bro.
No, too much food, too many people.
Bro, let me tell you, we eat at every house. We have 1 million members of the family. We go from house to house to house to house. Christmas is just not fun. My favorite holiday is Halloween. Everybody, my parents, they will probably tell you, oh no, it's probably Christmas, or my birthday, which is also technically really a holiday. But
your birthday is the day after Christmas, right?
My birthday is December 31st. I was going to say.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, so it's actually a holiday. But my favorite holiday is Halloween.
No, New Year's Eve is not no damn holiday. Like
it is.
There've been plenty of New Year's. There've been plenty of New Year's Eve where retailers close at a regular time, and by regular time I mean because it's still Christmas hours. They're still closing at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and then the people who work there go somewhere so they can watch the ball drop because everybody celebrates New Year's Eve. What do you do
for New Year's Eve?
Yeah, what do you do?
Do
you go out? Do you have a good time? Do you have fun?
I'm old. I'm old.
It's a holiday.
I'm old. Like I usually do a night in. If friends are lucky, they get invited over, and you know we do a few things. You know, by a few things I mean like play video games or play some type of games.
Well,
I see a smirk on you. I see a smirk on your face. Shut the hell up.
See, I can't even argue that. Since it's my birthday, and you know, I don't want to do anything else because I'm also old. The funny part about that is I used to go out all the time on my birthday, and now fuck that. I stay in. We start watching the extended editions of the Lord of the Rings at 8 a.m. They're over by 7 p.m. We watch them straight through.
Oh God!
It's every year.
You know what?
We have a wedding this year. Hannah's like, yeah, thank God I don't have to watch them. I was like, yeah, you do. We're just gonna do it a different day.
You know what?
Out of that. That's my.
You know what? On that note, it's time for housekeeping.
Let's do it. We've been shooting this shit for like 20 minutes, and we've talked about. I don't think we've mentioned video games.
Yeah. Well, I sidebarred you from talking about video games.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. This is Crossroads, PlayStation podcast of Boss Rush Games. Every week we come together bringing you the latest news, rumors, games, and general discussion in the world of PlayStation. Crossroads airs live on twitch.tv/Exodus803, Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't check out the show, head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify or any of the other podcast locations that you may want to check out things and get the show there. The recap of this show airs every following Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Exodus803, as well as early on Thursday mornings at youtube.com/BossRushNetwork. If you want to see previous episodes of our show, all episodes of Crossroads can be found on our parent website, which is bossrush.net. And if you like the show, please consider subscribing to the podcast and giving us a follow on Twitch. Remember also to please share, rate, and review us wherever you check out the show. We actually love to hear from you and see what you have to say, the good and the bad. If it's bad though, don't hit us with everything bad. You know,
if it's bad, he yells at us.
That is true.
Have you ever seen Whiplash?
I have not seen. I personally have not seen Whiplash.
You should. It's
I
it's
was
my favorite film. How the fuck have you not watched
I
Whiplash?
was
Dude, done. You've got to watch that now.
I
Before
was
we.
going to I was going to I was going to make a Silence of the Lambs reference about lotion on the skin.
Yeah. Well, no. Jesus, go watch that movie. It's so good. It's so good.
Wait, who's in that film? Who's in that film?
J.K. Simmons won a Best Supporting Actor.
Wait. Is that the movie about the orchestra?
I mean, it's about the jazz drummer. Yeah, he's in an orchestra.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've seen not a lot. I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen the majority of it. Okay.
How does that happen? It's one of the very few movies where I've watched it, gotten to the end, and went, "I want to do that again," and I watched it again.
Okay, here's the main problem because how long ago did Whiplash come out?
It's been a few years. I want to say like maybe 17 or 18. I'm just assuming.
Okay, so it's fairly recent. Okay, yeah.
I'm just assuming you Netflixed and chilled, and you had entered the chill part of the.
No. It's not even that. It's not even that. Remember, I lived in a big house like with three other adults at one point. You know, like before I moved here.
Yeah.
Like that. And downstairs in the living room was basically like a movie room and stuff like that. So I would come downstairs, and they're always watching movies and stuff like that. So sometimes I wind up getting sucked into whatever they're watching, and I don't either see the beginning, or I'm like, oh shit, I got something to do, so I can't finish watching the end of it and stuff like that. And that's usually how this goes. The only problem is like it also killed my drive to watch certain movies because like if they're already watching a movie that I'm into or that I want to see, like what happens is I wind up like going downstairs for something, and you know, like I see something I was not prepared to see and stuff like that, and it honestly kills my interest in the movie. Or better yet, because like the downstairs is a theater room. If I'm upstairs in my room, I can hear damn near everything that's going on because, like, you know, like these are modern houses. Like there's no soundproofing these houses.
It's fair,
you know, yeah, stuff like that. So you know, yeah, it's a bad thing, you know. Like I'm also one of those people who's like, dude, you could have told me to watch this movie. I would have stopped what I was doing and watched it with you and shit like that. No, nobody wants to invite me to watch the movie. So I was like, fuck you, and then I don't want to watch the movie.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. You should fucking watch that movie. It's good. It's my favorite movie that's not Ghostbusters. If anybody's like, hey, name a movie, it's always Whiplash every time. Miles Teller is kind of a shitbag, but you know, the movie itself, it's good. J.K. Simmons is the man.
I agree with J.K. Simmons. And you know what? Miles Teller has come a long way as an actor. He has, because I mean, like, you know,
I'm not even talking about his acting. His acting isn't horrible.
Are you just talking about the character he portrayed in the movie?
No, I'm just talking about him as a person in general.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know that much about.
Just as a human, he's not great. He's okay.
I don't know that much about his history then.
I don't know. He shut down some production at one point in time because he refused to get vaccinated.
That's not just one person in Hollywood though.
No, it's not. Fuck Evangeline Lilly. Holy shit.
Yeah, like that was out waving
swastikas and shit.
That was out of left field, by the way. That whole Evangeline Lilly thing. That shit was out of left field.
Listen. I'll tell you like I tell anybody else. I don't care if Disney fires her, but I'm not going to pay money to go see a fucking thing that she's in. That's not called canceling. It's called economics.
Mm-hmm.
Should she have a job? No, not. I don't think so. Just like if you are going to be somebody who supports Nazis, I don't want you to like little girls to watch TV and be like, yeah, I want to be just like the Wasp, right? Like that's what I want to be like, and then find out that she's a fucking. People are crazy. I can't. Yeah, that one came out of nowhere.
That's true. All right, so you ready to actually get to the games portion of the show now? All right. So let's go ahead and get started with what are we playing this week? And I hear that we're gonna have a special guest for what are we playing, right?
We are. She should be on her way. I can go first while we wait.
Okay, cool. All right. So Chris, let me know, what have you been playing this past week?
I don't know, but it sounds like somebody just fell down the stairs outside of this room. Anyway, no, I've been playing Sifu. Sifu is like super good. I enjoyed what I played. If I didn't get too deep into it, I figured out what happened. He heard her come in here, and he was like, "Ooh, opportunity! Fuck shit up for everybody else." So, he showed up. Anyways, I've been playing Sifu. See, I like the combat. I like the way you have to combo. It's got like almost a fighting game feel with the combos, but you also have it's an action game, and it switches camera angles. It gets you really ingrained and like into the story, which I really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that,
So
I
you
played
haven't beaten it
Fortnite.
yet, have you?
I have not. I've died a couple of times. I was
Have
going
you?
in thinking, "Oh man, this isn't too bad," and then they fucked me up with a hammer or something. But I was like, "Oh, I
Have you
guess I
heard?
can die a little bit easier than I thought I could." Let me scrape some of my skull off of this rock here.
Have you? That's not fair.
Oh, you heard that one clear?
Yeah. Have you heard about the Have you heard about the speedrunner beating it in 40 minutes?
Yeah, no, fuck that guy. I don't know.
Is it a game that looks like it's beatable in 40 minutes though?
I'm sure it is. I'm sure, I'm sure if it's like if you're a very good fighting game player, you can do that really quickly.
Wait. You said you died. You died of old age in the game?
No. You can die and come back. Like that's the whole point of
Well,
the game.
yeah. Well, I know that's the thing about it. You die, you come back, but you come back a little more aged.
Yeah. So like you start out at
But
like
apparently, the
21.
clock can run out on you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you start. I think you started at 20. Like I'm 25 now. I'm on the first level.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was it.
Yeah. No, that's all I played. I played Fortnite too. You should get into yours, and then I'm gonna go tag out because she's trying to get him in here. And so you talk about yours while I'm not here.
All right, cool. Well, I mean, no surprise there. Like I got back into Monster Hunter this past week and stuff like that, and yeah. So my whole main thing is I've been working on new builds and stuff, for my character and stuff, so I can just get deeper into the meaty part of the game and stuff like that. Uh, don't be shocked there, Justin. Oh, hello there.
Sorry, I had to
Hey,
do some solid parenting there.
that's okay. That's
Not so
okay.
solid, but hey.
I heard the debating. I heard
That's
the debating.
fine.
For everybody out there that's checking out the show or listening to it on podcast right now, this is the one and only Mrs. True. So I'm going to give you a chance to go ahead and introduce yourself. And the way we do it for new guests here on Crossroads is introduce yourself. Tell us some interesting tidbits or stuff, and then tell us your video game pedigree, particularly if you're a PlayStation gamer.
Okay, so I'm Chris's wife. My name is Hannah. The funnest fact about me is my name is a palindrome, and I was the only 4-year-old what knew what that word was. So I'm, born and bred smart. The first game I ever played, I think, was the Uncharted games, because when we started dating, he was playing through the first one, and then he stopped, and I was like, I really like the story. I got to know what happens. So I played through the rest of them. I picked up Assassin's Creed after that, so I played through all the Ezio ones and all of them as they came out, and went back and played the ones. So yeah, I'm more of I like the story, so I need to see how this ends.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm a play on easy mode, have a little bit of a challenge, but really get through the story.
Hey, nobody's gonna knock you for that, because like I've gotten to a point in my life now where sometimes playing it on easy is just a easy way for me to hurry up and beat the game so I can move on to something new.
Yeah.
So wait.
Yep.
So was Uncharted like your first experience with PlayStation gaming?
I mean, I played like Crash Bandicoot when I was a kid.
Okay.
My sister was much better at it than I was, so
Yeah.
I did a lot of watching her play Crash Bandicoot. I was better at Crash Team Racing than she was, which is funny because I suck at Mario Kart. So yeah, so I played those, but that's really kind of it. I got really good at the Home Run Derby in MLB 1998. So
God,
yeah.
Yeah. That was one of the most fun sports modes I played in a game in a long time, because man, good shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't so great at the actual like gameplay, but and you always played at Coors Field, or you played at Camden Yards, because Camden Yards was the shortest, and Coors Field, that high mountain air. So that's really kind of where it started, unless you want to count the original NES version of this Sesame Street Learn Your Letters game that I played.
Okay, that's a little too old school.
But I hear I hear like the tune from it every now and then, and I'm like immediately taken back to. It's like I know that tune. It's from that game that I played.
You know, a good old chiptune music from the 8-bit gaming era. It like imprints on you, especially if you're a gamer. It imprints on you. It's crazy. Chris did out you as like a big Assassin's Creed player, but you're actually pitching in for subbing in for him because you're a bigger Horizon Zero Dawn.
I really liked the story in the first one. It took me forever to finish it because I started it when I was pregnant, and then so I would like have days where I would stay up until like 7 o'clock in the morning playing it because pregnancy sucks. But other day, and then I wouldn't play it for like 2 weeks because because pregnancy sucks. So
yeah.
But yeah, so it took me a while to play it, but I really liked the story. I thought it was really interesting. The whole when I like read for pleasure, it's usually like post-apocalyptic kind of stuff too. So so yeah, it really kind of fit right in. And who doesn't love a badass heroine, right?
Oh,
so,
for real, yeah.
Yeah. Considered if Bodhi was a girl, considered the name Aloy. Like, my mom probably would not appreciate me naming my kid after a video game.
As a matter of fact, Chris has mentioned after the fact that if you guys are thinking about having another child and it winds up being a girl, that might be the name.
We thought about it first time around, and if he ever is on the show telling you that we named our son after Point Break, that's not true. I'm sure he said that.
He said that quite a few times.
Yeah, he's full of shit. We did not name him after Point Break. I had never seen the film when I decided on that name, so.
Okay, good. And
world, don't let him lie to you.
His and his buddy Justin from Dad Pod is in our chat right now. So so Justin, you have some evidence right there, man. Take it back to him next Wednesday.
Right, exactly.
Save it. He says save it for the Mom Pod episode.
Oh, I have a whole diatribe for it. Don't you worry, Dad Pod fans. But yeah, I really like the Horizon. I'm gonna be 100%. I would probably say I'm more of an Assassin's Creed just because I am a historian and I teach history, and I'm the person that reads every single bit of information. Like on the old games when you could stop in the middle of gameplay and read it. That's why I put 1 million hours into those games. Now you have to like go back afterwards, so I haven't done it as much. But I have really been anticipating Horizon.
I heard Valhalla was giving you fits.
Gone are the days of just running around Renaissance Italy with Ezio. Now I'm running around entire freaking continents, it feels like. But yeah, no, I enjoy that they just keep getting more massive, but I thought Valhalla was supposed to be less of a grind. I thought that's what I heard and everything, but I still felt like I had to grind to get to where I wanted. Like I loved Odyssey, but God, you had to. It was
a lot of people, even like non gamers loved Odyssey. The people who were either non gamers or they just were not fans of Assassin's Creed. They loved Odyssey. Like I could never get into Assassin's Creed. Like the first game, like literally bored me to tears. Now Assassin's Creed 2 was actually a step up and I enjoyed that, but I just could not ever get into them.
Yeah, I've actually never played the Altair story. But I've heard that it's just like really repetitive. So I think going back now might actually kind of bore me, but I'll get there eventually just to say that I've done all of them. There's a few outliers that I haven't done, but yeah.
Now, oh, good.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, but I got very excited when I read that they were putting out another Horizon, however long ago it was. 'Cause I played that game when I was pregnant. And Bodhi's 3. So going on 3 years since, the completion of that game. So I was super excited when it came out, and I've already probably put a ridiculous amount of hours in that game. And I'm taking a different method this time. I'm just playing story. So it's still a lot.
Well, Chris gave me an update. I think it was on Sunday that he said that you already played like 25 hours worth into the game by Sunday. Yeah. And I was like, damn, I was like, if anybody didn't know any better, we'd swear you didn't have a job or something.
I know.
All
gotta love a 4-day weekend.
Yeah. So before we get you to like, give us your first impressions of like Horizon Forbidden West and everything, tell us one of your favorite moments from Horizon Zero Dawn.
That is a struggle with that one because it's so far in between, and that was one, not to jump ahead, but that was one kind of, I don't want to call it issue, but kind of thing that I was bothered by, because it has been so long that it's not that I don't remember the story, but I don't remember the ins and outs of the story.
Okay, yeah,
So,
that's understandable. Yeah,
but
that is.
my favorite moment was, I remember I was literally stuck on the last boss for like months, and I didn't even think about like turning down the difficulty to beat it. So I finally was like, shit, let me just turn this on like super easy mode or whatever it is, story mode. And I finally beat it, and it's one of the big machines with like 12 million things that you got to shoot off, and like everything glows yellow, so you just aim and try to hit it. So finally beating that, when I finally turned the difficulty down, I beat it in like half a minute, and I was like, son of a bitch. I've been working on this thing for months. Like, I stepped away from it because it was pissing me off so much. And so, but other than that, I just genuinely liked the story. It was such a good story, and I found it to be an innovative story, not being a super like I said, I read a lot of not a lot, but often I read post-apocalyptic stuff, but
mm-hmm.
this was a different take on the story, with the whole like the trying to save the earth and the machines taking over and all of that. And it was just, I
And
just
then
genuinely liked it, and
dealing with the
trying to,
different tribes.
yeah,
Yeah.
just the world that was created just across the whole, and not even the whole, territory, because now we're in the Forbidden West and there's a whole other bunch of crap going on.
Oh yeah.
But just
I haven't actually beaten the first game yet,
mm-hmm.
but did they explain how the world just went to shit? Did they explain that? Okay, good. Then that actually gives me real incentive to
mm-hmm.
to get back in and get it beat.
Yeah, and and it's really rich too, because there's like a story within the story, and there's so many layers to it, and like you don't get that in Assassin's Creed. Like, you get side quests, but you have your main character's arc, and that's what you're looking at. But
yeah,
in Horizon, I found it to be so much deeper, and so many more layers of Aloy's trying to figure out who she is and where she comes from, and then she's trying to figure out what happened to the earth, but she's also trying to manage, like you said, all of the other tribes and her
mm-hmm.
position in the world, really, and the issues going on in the past, like with all of the like holograms and stuff like that. It's just really, really rich.
Which that's some cool shit, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
The whole holograms and being the diaries and all that stuff. That's so cool. Yeah. All right, so Horizon Forbidden West, like first impressions, go.
It's beautiful. I know that. I said to Chris one time, he was at work. I had a day off of work, so I was playing, and I was like, "What studio made this game?" Because I couldn't remember. He was like, "I don't know why." I was like, "Because they're literally just flapping their dick out and swinging it around with how beautiful this game looks." Like, it.
Oh hell yes!
With 3 helicopter emojis after that. But yeah, it's just so. There's been times that I've been playing and I was like, and I've forgotten. It's just so visually beautiful that I've forgotten that it's a video game, because it just looks so crisp and so beautiful and lifelike. Whatever studio did it, I can't remember, but
it's Gorilla.
It's
yeah,
they've
Gorilla.
done great work.
Yeah, like these, Gorilla was responsible for a franchise called Killzone, where it was a first person shooter. So think Call of Duty, except more sci-fi and high tech. Actually, think Halo. But
Okay.
but yeah, so they transitioned to Horizon Zero Dawn. People will say it's because like Killzone got stale, which to an extent it did get stale, stuff like that. But man, like these guys flexed hardcore.
Yeah.
When they came out with Zero Dawn, and I was like, man, like this is a studio, all we've ever known them for was like making first person shooter games, and they made something completely different that was out of their element, and man, they knocked it out the park.
Yeah. No, it's just gorgeous. And what I noticed the most is which I appreciate, being a historian and a and an aspiring social activist, is the people of color in this game look more lifelike than anything else, and
Oh man,
it's just the representation in the game, because it is just like I don't know if we figure out in the first one if everything is taking place in what was the United States, but you are, and so like I don't know enough about gaming to know if representation is an issue in like actual presentation of video games, but
yeah,
this one knocks it out of the park. There are everybody from north, south, east, west is represented, and it's just that
that's some good shit.
makes me happy as a human. And like I said, the visuals are just gorgeous. Outside of that, which is my favorite thing about the game, like I said, I have a little bit of an issue with it being so, and I can't really help it, so far between. So I'm kind of trying to remember. They do a good job of like, at one point you meet up with a bunch of people that you knew in the first game, and I'm like, I don't really remember who you are, but you can go talk to them and they can refresh your memory. So that's really the only issue I've found personally with the game. Everything else is great. The gameplay is great. The because I'm playing on the PS5, so the DualSense is awesome. The PS5 does the cool thing with the triggers. So sometimes like they get tighter.
You feel the resistance?
Yeah, that was really cool. The first time that happened, I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I really don't have anything bad to say about this game yet.
Oh, I actually heard the
it's
audio.
Harder than I remember, but that's just
it's harder.
That's just me. I'm so used to Assassin's Creed control, so I'm trying to dodge with Assassin's Creed control, and I'm not going anywhere. So
yeah,
it's just, I'm sure that's a common gamer issue, or maybe just me, because I play like one of 3 games, and they don't all have the same controls.
All right, so without giving away any spoilers, like what has been your favorite portion of what you played through so far of this game? Without giving away hard spoilers.
Yeah, no, some of the machines are really, really cool this time around. So you're facing different machines, and some of them are just, they're a pain in the ass to kill, but they're
the
really
mastodon,
cool.
The mastodons like were crazy. I've already seen the cobra, like the giant cobra snakes.
I've dealt with him.
We don't know what those 4-legged, like they're feral like cats, but they don't actually they don't actually like have the same movement as cats. So I don't know what those are. You know,
there's
the ones that they're riding.
Yeah. Oh, the ones that they're riding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you do what was nice is you do remember, like, or Aloy remembers some of the stuff she learned how to like override in the first game. So you don't have to find cauldrons to learn all of that over, but you have to find the cauldrons to override the new ones. So that was nice, because I was like running everywhere and I was like, man, it would really be nice if I could just ride that bull thing or buffalo thing, whatever it is, a strider.
Yeah.
I know the word. Let me use it. So, but yeah, so that was nice that kind of rolled over. But yeah, like I said, I don't really have anything. The machines are just bigger and more badass, and in my experience harder, just because, you know, I play for the story, so I'm just trying to get there. I am playing on easy, not story mode though. So
okay. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You're not gonna get any judgment from a guy like me. Trust me, because my backlog of games I have to play is so large that it's like, you know what? If I can easy mode this game and beat it in 10 hours versus beating it in 35 hours, I'm all there for it.
Yeah. I can't believe I've played. Chris said 25 hours. That's kind of embarrassing. It came out.
So you might want to pay it next
off on Friday, and I was in the studio Saturday night. Until 4 a.m.
I did. Yeah, like I'm 22 again.
All right, so give us your honest, like, is it a must buy? I'm pretty sure it's a must buy, but I haven't bought the game yet because like I have not beaten the first one. Yeah. So is it a must buy? Is a wait and see, or is it like have you lost your goddamn mind? Go buy it.
If you just want a beautiful game, then go and buy it. It's just it's worth it just to roam around the world, because the world is so rich. Even like not even playing any of the story, just, you know, doing the like hunting and the like fighting trials and the fighting pits. Like, it's just so gorgeous to look at that, like I said, I forget that I'm playing a video game half the time because it's
Yeah.
just so great. So, and the story is just getting deeper and deeper. And because I mean, like, you're at part of it and you're like, all right, so the end of the first one happens and you're like, I mean, I guess it could go on, but then like within the first, you know, sequence of the or first couple sequences of the next game, you're like, wow, this shit kind of hit the fan after the end of the first one. So so it's I'm incredibly interested to see how this one ends. And every time and why I played until 4:00 in the morning the other day is every time I was like, all right, I'm done, I can save it here, I like would finish the task I was on and it would tell me something more and I'm like, god damn it, I just need to go to bed, but I can't. So it kept me up to 4 a.m. and I have a 3-year-old. And
it's the whole 5 more minutes thing.
Yeah.
Like every gamer has that problem. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Oh shit, cutscene. All right, 5 more minutes. Oh shit, this just happened. You know,
Yeah.
Every gamer has that problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So on that alone, a mom of a 3-year-old stayed up till 4 a.m. playing this game. So I think that is
that's a
good
high
recommendation.
Yeah, that's a very high recommendation. All right, Hannah. I really appreciate it. It's good seeing you. Like I have I think this is literally the 3rd time I've seen you since the wedding.
Yeah, COVID has just ruined everything.
Yeah,
you know, but hopefully we're coming on the other side of that. And
yeah, hopefully. I feel like we still have one more variant to get through, and then we'll finally get that quote unquote herd immunity. You know, you know. I know this though. I'm sick and tired of getting shots and boosters though. So you know what? I'm triple vax now. Like it's to the point now where it's somebody else's job to get the damn jab now. I'm sick of it.
I'm sick of having to get tested with the thing up my nose.
Yeah, that too. God,
Bodhi is a damn Pokemon master catching all of them over here. So I know he's over it too. So we're ready to come out the other side. But
yeah. All right. Well, it was wonderful. Thank you for joining us on the show here. You know, I really appreciate it. Like it was Chris's idea. Chris is like, hey, he's like, let's get Hannah on here. She just loves this game to death, and I was like, you know what? Sounds like a plan. You know, and
awesome.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
And you're welcome. You're welcome back anytime. I know you usually have baby duty on Tuesday nights when Chris is doing this. So you know, but you're welcome back. Hell, if you want to take his spot one night and just have him do daddy duty, yeah, there you go. All right, Dang. You have a good night.
Thank you, babe.
Thank you. Love you. Bye. Hello, I'm back.
Hi, welcome back.
I was wrangling the child. He kept apparently he was extra fucking sneaky because I didn't hear him. I thought I heard him in his room moving around, but I opened the door and he was like sitting in front of the door playing with his Paw Patrol fire truck. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? Like, why did you think this was gonna work?"
All right. Well, thank you for inviting your wife, you know, to talk about, you know, like shit. It's awesome getting another gamer's aspect, especially when that gamer is a girl, you know. We love it. So so there you have it. That's
important.
That's everything we've been playing this week. Yeah, like I said earlier, the only thing I managed to play for the past few days is Monster Hunter. So, you know, no surprise there, you know. But we got a whole bunch of new games that we're going to get ready to talk about now. So possibly I might add something to the list now. So let's go ahead and break into tonight's news and events for this week. And we're going to get started with our new games. Our notable games coming to PlayStation this week, which is the week of the 21st of February to the 27th of February. So
buckle
here
up.
We go.
We're coming into that season. There's lots of stuff every week. For real. Next week's kind of busy too. So what's next week? Next week is what is next week? You know what? I don't know. Like it's in the top of my head, but yeah, like we're in the part now of game releases and stuff now where like it's going to be a lot.
It's going to be nuts.
My big haul is going to be closer to the end of the month. I've got Ghostwire Tokyo and end of next month, and Evil Dead, as well as Tiny Tina.
Yeah. Now something to know about this. Even though we've been doing the new and notable games section for a while here on Crossroads, it is now an official article. A weekly is going to be a weekly entry in the blastrush.net website. So just remember, every week, like if you just happen for some strange reason to miss or forget what we talked about, you can always come back to the link that's been provided in the show notes. And yeah, like basically, he's got this list is going to be curated by the team at Crossroads, giving all of our readers the latest scoop on releases across both physical and digital formats for all PlayStation systems. So like if the Vita comes back or PSP comes back, yeah, like that too. But definitely PS4, PS5, PSVR. Yep. So just remember, come back every week for all the info about PlayStation releases. And so let's get it started because following last week's release of Sony's first big AAA title for 2022, which we just got through talking about, which is Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh, I thought that was a different game.
Things are really starting to heat up for new releases with the premiere of possibly the most hotly anticipated game ever, which this is according to folks and panelists for the Game Awards for 2 years back to back. That game makes its landfall this week, and we are talking about Elden Ring.
Got it pre-ordered. I'm ready to go, baby. I'll be ready to talk about it next week.
Yep. So
abandoning my family.
So what we have so far this week, if yesterday on the 21st of February, we had Dragons in Space releasing on PS4. Today was a noteworthy day though, because Destiny 2, The Witch Queen released, the expansion released. We've also got Monster Crown for PS4, Monarch for PS5, Sol Cresta for PS4. I'm sorry, Monarch is PS4 and PS5, and Sol Cresta is PS4. Coming up on the 23rd of February. What's up, Chris?
You missed one. You missed Assetto Corsa Competizione. Sorry, I thought you were going to stop after that. I wasn't going to interrupt you. I was going to bring it up, but you kept going. I'm also a little bit upset that we just kind of grazed over Dragons in Space, but that's neither here nor there.
I know why. I know why you're kind of.
Nope, never heard of the game. This is the first time I've heard of it. Well, it's the fucking Space, bro.
Okay, so it's the 49-cent game. So there you go. There's your free platinum for the week.
Oh, nice.
It's the 49-cent game. Like
that's wonderful.
Austin usually chimes in on those. I forgot. He's not here tonight. So yeah, Austin would have been the one to tell like, hey, everybody, like spend 50 cents and go get this game and get your free platinum.
Yeah, and then as a group we all commit to doing something, and then I'm the only one that does it.
Man, I have enough. You know what?
45 minutes, bro. 45 minutes.
I haven't. On the 23rd of February, we've got Sam & Max. This time is virtual, coming out for PSVR, as well as the next expansion to The Sims 4, which is Sims 4: My Wedding Story, is also on PS4. That much talked about, highly controversial game, Martha is Dead, is coming out on the 24th of February for PS4 and PS5. If you do not remember, yes, Martha is Dead has been censored for some content on PlayStation platforms, but you can play it everywhere else, as is intended, from the developers. We still have no idea what Sony actually deemed was too much to have in the final product and stuff like that. But we do know, like, this game is not for the squeamish. Like, there's graphical content in there that will have people they'll be squirming in their seats. Let's put it that way. I mean, from the fact of taking photos of like your dead sister's body in her casket and stuff to removing people's faces and wearing them as a mask and stuff like that. Yeah. And this is all graphical content in the game. So yeah. So, but go ahead.
You can have Netflix, right? You can have Netflix on your PlayStation, which you can stream the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, which is apparently super fucking gory, right? Mm-hmm. If we're basing this off of gore and just terrible shit that happens, it's still, they never edited Grand Theft Auto, and at Grand Theft Auto, you can just like ram people down on the sidewalk. Like, I get that it's a little bit more gory and stuff, and I've missed the whole thing with it, but
Corey Corey was on the show last week. Corey and Ed were on the show last week for us, and they talked about some things. So so yeah, I would say definitely do a recap of last week's episode, at least that segment of it.
Mhm.
If you go watch the replay, on the YouTube channel, like you can definitely just skip to the portion where we talked about Martha's Dead, because like I provide the timestamps and stuff like that. So there you go.
Sweet. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
just that whole
we
thing blows my mind, especially with it being Sony. Like
well
Nintendo, I get, but
well
I know it was a topic
I
last
think
week.
yeah, I think the major thing is that like they Sony can control enough of the content, to if the game wasn't bad enough to get an adults only rating from the ESRB, then it should be good to go, for the consoles and stuff like that. But at the same time, Sony is the Japanese companies are weird. Sony and Nintendo look after their brand, and that's saying a lot, because there's some really sketchy games released on the fucking Wii, on the Switch now. I'm sorry, that's the Wii. We have a segment devoted to talking about that stuff on Boss Rush After Dark, where we talk about like the lewdest, horniest games that are on the Switch and
Which
the
is
eShop.
again mind blowing.
Yeah, yeah. All right, and wrapping up this week's releases on the 25th of February, leading the pack is Elden Ring for PS5 and PS4, as well as Grid's Legends for PS5 and PS4 as well. Atelier Sophie 2 on PS4 for all the people who love the Atelier RPG series. Tormented Souls is also on PS4, and then we have Moto Rotor MC for PS5 and PS4. But circling back to Elden Ring real quickly, Elden Ring is bringing a promise of being this year's epic fantasy adventure from the team that brought you the Dark Souls franchise. The game also features in-game lore crafted from the master of fantasy himself, George R.R. Martin, which I don't need to tell you what that guy is known for. I don't. You guys should know that.
Master of what now?
Master of
Master
Fantasy.
of Fantasy. Get that
Master
out
of
here.
Fantasy.
He was close, and then he ruined it. Him and those guys at Game of Thrones. Woo wee! Don't even get me started. I can't even watch the show anymore. And I loved that show.
You did?
I did. I really enjoyed
That
it.
honestly, Game of Thrones was a one watch show for me. Like
Yeah.
I like and Chris, you know me. I will rerun a show to death. To death. I will rerun a show to death, whether it's we all know. I watch Star Trek like like it's brand new, even though like shit was like reruns for like forever.
Yeah.
But like Agents of Shield, like all the Marvel stuff, with the exception of Netflix stuff, because I didn't know.
I'm sorry. Did you have criticisms of Daredevil? Because I'm going to tell you why you're wrong.
I don't have so much criticisms of Daredevil as I have criticisms of just the Netflix version of the MCU television stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just save that for another time, because I don't want to bog this down.
Yeah, we already brought up fucking
no,
George
I watched
R.R. Martin.
But no, but like I just feel like Game of Thrones is not something like I've watched.
I could watch Battle of the Bastards over and over and over again just for the cinematography alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't watch that shit anymore because Martin was like, I don't really know how to end this, so burn down the city.
That is you know what? That's the dilemma that all writers have. Like a lot of us writers, me included, because I write stories and stuff. I have a hard time trying to figure out how to finish the story.
Yeah, fucking figure that shit out first. You got to figure out where you're going. Like, right? I don't just get in the car and drive.
No. Most people, every good writer has an outline for how it ends, but they don't have all the details of how it is going to end.
Yeah,
I
get.
Like we can say like Darth Vader is going to die, but we don't have all the details of how he's going to die.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
That's fair, but none of us have just gone, fuck it, let's go hard right, let's burn down King's Landing for some reason.
You know what?
Like they destroyed all of the character development in like 3 episodes. But anyways, I'm excited for Elden Ring. As much shit as I'm talking about that. I am excited for Elden Ring. I pre-ordered it. I actually got sold on it by a student.
Elden Ring?
Yeah. I have a student who is just like he's a video game whiz. Like the big thing today was like he went outside and it's all kind of a joke. Because I have the weirdest like groups of students, specifically in my 7th graders. They all hang out together, like all of them. I've never encountered that. But they're all of them. It's super strange. So it's great. Fuck yeah, it's the best ever. But this student, he's very into his video games. So he's platinumed a wide variety of games. I think he just recently platinumed one of the Wolfenstein games.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, he puts in work. But he was actually in on the Elden Ring alpha. So he's showing me pictures and videos and stuff. He's like, "Yeah, man, this is great." I was like, "Okay, all right, I'm gonna buy it on your recommendation." So I pre-ordered it, and then he didn't buy it. He went to buy Horizon Forbidden West.
You got punked.
No, it wasn't even that I got punked. It's that the day that it came out, I happened to have that class. And so Hannah was talking to me, and I kept talking to him about it, and I convinced him to go with Horizon Forbidden West instead of,
even though he had a game that he had a game that he had early access to, and you know that's how it is sometimes. That's
Hannah sold it to me so well. I did not use the word she used.
Speaking of Elden Ring, though, like be careful out there if you're listening to the show right now before it goes live before the game goes live on the 25th, because there are heavy spoilers out there on the internet, and Bandai Namco is doing their best to stop the footage from being published online. We're talking about things from like the cinematic intro has been released online, as well as revealing screen grabs and gameplay details. It's funny because when you said he was sending you like pictures and stuff of the game, I was like, ugh.
He wasn't sending me pictures. He had taken like screenshots on his phone, like pictures of them, not like sending me pictures. He wasn't distributing anything at all. He was like showing me on his phone because he's a 7th grader and a kid, and he was excited.
I get it. I know he's not. I know he's not being malicious. I know that. Yeah, but
that wasn't so much for you. That's for anybody who might be listening that might have had a pearl clutching moment. No, not even close to like that.
So Elden Ring comes out on the 25th. It'll be available on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and the PC. So there you have it. That's all the notable games that are coming out this week, particularly for PlayStation. So
that's exciting.
Yeah, it's a lot of games. It's a lot of games. Like, I mean, so of course, like,
I already bought Dragons in Space.
Man, I swear, like you live for these under $1 games, don't you?
There's so much, like Lady in a Leotard with a Gun was so much fun. Like the 45 minutes that I played it justified. I got more enjoyment out of that 50-cent game than I did out of like some of the like $5 games I played at Great Wolf Lodge when we went. Right, like it's an easy platinum. Yes, I had to actually. One of the levels was moderately difficult because the game is just so bad, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for 45 minutes, and that was a penny a minute, and I can live with that.
So Elden Ring is your game you're most looking forward to. Well, you got Destiny. You got that.
I have Destiny. I have Destiny.
You haven't cracked it open yet.
Because I'm here. And you know,
whatever.
Hey, that's not a shit talk. I'm here because I enjoy being here sometimes. But I just with school and stuff, I didn't have time. Coming home,
so
getting life in order and shit.
So I have a question. I have a question for you as well as the audience out there. Will the hotly anticipated Elden Ring actually hurt Destiny 2's user base enough to kill Destiny's week one sales? What do you think? Because this is a game that's been talked about for years. Like, people have been waiting for this game to come out, and like the game even had a 1-month delay. Like, I don't know why they couldn't have released it last month. You know,
when do the reviews? When is the review hold up? When
the review embargo? I think the embargo. I think
looking for.
I think the embargo. I think the embargo is lifting tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
I think
so. I think the embargo will lift. If not Wednesday, it'll lift on Thursday.
I think that's going to be important. I think, and one of the things both you and I know that are some of the reviews can't be that well trusted. I didn't trust a lot of the stuff. Like, if GameStop was pushing it, I never really trusted that review. There's some other reviews that you can find other places, but I think it's going to be contingent on reviews. So if Elden Ring comes out and has really shitty reviews, I think Destiny's going to do all right. It's got a solid base. It's not like it's building something new. It's coming from somewhere that they already have a solid base. So people see the reviews, they're like, "Fuck it, I'll finish Destiny and I'll wait for it to be $30."
Well,
If it comes out
it's
hot, you know
interesting.
you're going to be it's going to do well, and I think that might hurt Destiny a little bit, but people are still going to run their raids. They're still going to they're diehard Destiny fans out there.
Yeah, it's interesting you talk about reviews because did you hear that Horizon Forbidden West has been review bombed?
Really?
Yeah, yeah. It hasn't really hurt the game though. Like it's crazy. It hasn't hurt the game.
When you say review bombed, is that just assholes going in and putting
Yeah,
bad reviews?
yeah.
Well, it's because people go and read real reviews, not something some dickhead went and put on Wikipedia or whatever. And I don't understand that. Like, I see that's the same way as I see spoilers.
Well, what I like now is that Metacritic takes this stuff seriously because you know, like they actually like comb through the reviews and stuff, and if they see a review that's actual bullshit, they actually remove it.
Good. That's good. That's good because that's a good way for consumers to learn about products, and we shouldn't be tainting that shit because
just because you're an Xbox fan and the game's not coming to that system, you know, like shit. Wait a couple of years, it'll be on PC. Like hopefully you have a PC.
And that's what I don't fucking understand. Like we've had this discussion so many times. We're at the point where like we're not fucking 15. If you want to play both, just go buy both. And I know they're kind of hard to find right now, but don't throw a hissy fit.
The economy does have something to do with that. But guess what? Like stop being immature because
grow the fuck up.
Guess what? Inflation is not fucking with. It's not fucking with the price of games or gaming. It is not, because if inflation was, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X would be more than $500 retail.
Mm-hmm. Grow the fuck up, America.
Yeah, like shit. Like I remember when we talked about when people were complaining about the fact that like next gen titles are going to be $10 more than what they were. That people were complaining about that. I was like, you know what? Like you guys are complaining about a price hike that that took 15 years in the making to happen. You guys are complaining about that? Like shit. Like I remember a time when not games themselves, but it seemed like every time a new iteration of something came out, it got more expensive. Like just look at fucking cell phones. Every time a new version of a cell phone comes out, it is automatically $50 to $100 more than the predecessor.
Yep, every time. And guess what? Phones come out every fucking year. People like to complain. Yeah, they really do. And you know what? We were having this conversation because we were talking about sci-fi the other day. And before I say this, I need everybody to know that I am a diehard Star Wars fan. I know way too much, and it's so bad that my son can tell you fucking random names of random Star Wars people from the legends and shit. He can point them out. But Star Wars has some of the worst fans. Marvel also has some terrible fans. It has a lot to do with, what do you mean you're not going to make it exactly 100% the way that I fucking wanted you to? And nobody else? How did you not get the fucking script that I sent you to your house, George Lucas? I mailed it myself. There were enough stamps. Fuck those people. Really. They have to change things. There's some things that make more sense. There's some things that needs to be tweaked.
Circling back to what you said about Game of Thrones, you realize how you sound, right?
No, I understand that, right? But there is a difference between picking at very minute things and then just burning it all to the ground.
Oh, trust me, Star Trek has a problem too. We have our own toxic fandom,
and every fandom does.
It's ridiculous because
it makes it uninclusive.
When people were bitching and complaining about Discovery when it first announced that there was going to be that you had Sonequa Martin Green and Michelle Yeoh as the leads in the show, they were bitching so we just hate white men now and stuff like that. Shut the fuck up. No, it sounds like you hate people who are not white, especially white men. It sounds like that's what you
sounds like you are probably a white man who just had you have fragile white man syndrome is what it sounds like. It's and every fandom has the bad part of the fan base, but everybody agrees that the last season of Game of Thrones was terrible. So you can't everybody agrees on that. How many people you ever met that have been like, oh yeah, no, it's the fucking greatest thing I've ever seen?
No. I'm not gonna say season 8 of Game of Thrones was the greatest season because I really have to think about.
That's not even a fanboy thing.
Because I have to sit back and think what season would have been the best season of Game of Thrones. In all honesty, like now I think about it, because my problem with Game of Thrones is Game of Thrones suffered from a pacing problem.
That's because they ran out of books. He wasn't writing them.
Well, no. Game of Thrones is running out of Game of Thrones ran out of a pacing problem in its first season. Like God, it was so slow. Like I didn't jump on Game of Thrones like day one. Like when it came out,
it took me a little bit of time.
Yeah, I had friends like they were just ranting and raving about it, and so they were like, "No, you got to watch this. Like the season finale is coming up. You're gonna love the show and stuff." So I was like, "Okay, you know what? I'll start watching the show now." And by the time we get to the season finale, like I will be right there with you because I'll have binge like all these episodes to get to the finale. Dude, when I tell you the show bored me, like it bored me to the point where like I didn't get interested in the show until shit popped off and Ned Stark lost his head.
Yeah, and it's a first season of a show. You can only take so much stock in a first season. Things don't find their legs until season 2.
And I was like, man, if they drag this blonde chick out into the desert one more time to rape her, I'm going to go nuts.
Yeah. Yeah,
stuff like that.
And to her credit, she stopped. I think she became very hesitant to do nude scenes. She was very particular about them.
Yeah,
she wanted to take back control of that, which is great. Amelia Clarke is usually pretty good and stuff. She's good in Solo. I was really shitty about Solo too, and I actually really liked that.
I enjoyed Solo,
and that was a very
I enjoyed Solo, and I was one of those people. I was like, why does this movie need to exist when they were first talking about it?
Yeah, me too. And falling back in love with Star Wars and finding a lot of the expanded stuff, especially in the comics. The comics are really fucking good if you've ever read them. Which is why, like, if you watched Boba Fett, that first time they shocked or they showed Chrysanthemum, I went, oh shit! And my wife was like, "Who the fuck is this giant Wookiee with a scar on his face?" Yeah.
I knew he was extended. I don't really like do anything with Star Wars extended universe. Before like we had all these series and stuff come out, I was strictly just on the movies, stuff like that because like I'm a Star Trek person, yeah. But yeah, like because of the expanded content that they've done, like with cartoons and like TV shows and stuff. Now I have a better appreciation for Star Wars. It wasn't like I didn't have appreciation for Star Wars. I'm a sci-fi nut, even though technically Star Wars is science fantasy, but like I've always, if it's science fiction, like I will give it a chance, and stuff like that. And Star Wars I gave it, I loved it, Yeah.
Keeping in the same vein.
Enough of being nerds and stuff like that, But we are talking
about next topic's not going to help.
But since we are talking about movies, let's just go ahead and get to it. The Uncharted movie is declared a hit as global ticket sales have hit an estimated 132 million. The only problem is audience reviews are at odds with the critic reviews. So
that happens. I think critic. You got to think about what a critic is looking for. Critics are looking for more in a good or a bad way. Do you mean like the audiences enjoy it? The critics are
exactly. That's usually how it always is.
Yeah, and that becomes.
But something to be said though, like the fact that we thought when we first started talking about this movie, and we're talking about when they finally took it seriously and started actually ramping up production of this movie.
It's impressive that it even came out.
We here at Crossroads are saying, man, this movie's going to be bad, especially when we saw that damn trailer. I saw that trailer and I was like, oh man.
Yep, me too.
Man. Oh man, Uncharted is the reason why I bought a PlayStation 3. Mm-hmm. Is the reason why, and I bought the OG PS3, the $600 one.
Yep, it got me back into gaming because you pointed this game out to me.
Yeah.
It was part of that revolution in my life at that time that got me really into gaming again.
Yeah.
And Dead Space. Both have to do with you.
Hey, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so the Uncharted film has reportedly recorded the 4th biggest opening weekend for a video game adaptation at the U.S. box office. Having debuted internationally a week earlier, Uncharted hit the U.S. theaters on the 18th of February and generated $44 million in its first 3 days to top the weekly sales chart. It looks like Uncharted has made back its enormous production budget as well, with the box office report pegging the film's global take around upwards of 132.2 million through last Sunday. Following its launch in Europe the week ahead and North America this past week. All in all, it's a surprisingly astronomical early figure for the film, which now looks poised to make a tidy profit for Sony Pictures. Yay.
Mhm. That
According to
means
Fandango.
they're continuing at least. Sorry.
Oh, no. Maybe.
It's
I
all
need to
about the
go.
money. If they can make money on
I
it,
need to
they're
go.
going to
I
keep
need
it
to go
going.
sit down and see it. I do. According to Fandango managing editor Eric Davis, only 3 other films based on video game properties have enjoyed stronger openings at the U.S. box office. That's funny because I don't have the names of those movies. The
Funny
Uncharted
because I just
movie,
wanted to know them.
the Uncharted movie, which had 120 million, 120, I think that's million budget, launched in 15 markets on February 11th and made a good solid start internationally. To date, it has earned 139 million worldwide.
That's
Uh, on the flip side of
respectable.
things, and this is what we were talking about a moment ago, movie critics weren't overly keen on the Uncharted movie, but cinema goers are loving it. Over on Rotten Tomatoes, the film has a critic score of just 39%, but it is certified a hit among audiences. 90% of reviewers have recommended it. It's a largely similar story on Google, where it currently commands a score of 4.2 out of 5, and on IMDb. It's also achieved less than stellar, but still respectable 6.7 out of 10 user score. So hey, like people are enjoying the film.
There's nothing wrong with that. Two movies are made for, and there's no critics review movies as if they're all Kurosawa films, right? Like your average moviegoer is not going to go sit in a dark small theater to see old films or
Yeah,
these avant-garde films. This is one of those films. It very much follows the cookie cutter blockbuster action film almost to the letter, which people love. It's tried and true. And they even have the new young Hollywood action star Tom Holland, and then Boston Chris Pratt. So
shit. Of course, it will always. Of course, it's always
recover
going
from
to be
that
difficult.
one. I thought of it while we were talking. I was like, I got to throw that in somewhere. That's good.
It's always going to be
True.
difficult to transition the Uncharted games, which were heavily inspired by adventure films like Indiana Jones, into something that universally appeals to critics. Sony Pictures isn't too worried, as the movie is outperforming expectations and looks on track to achieve an impressive cinematic run. On the back of Blockbuster North American ticket sales, Forbes reported that it may have ended the video game movie curse, that is. Although, of course, Sonic the Hedgehog may have a word or two to say about that.
Yeah, that movie was awesome, and so was Detective Pikachu.
I still haven't seen either of those movies.
Both of them are really, really good. I would even hazard to say that if they would have left Sonic the Hedgehog looking like a fucked up mashup of a human and a blue thingy, it would have still been a good movie. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it like thoroughly. I'm excited for the second one. Like I might actually go see that in theaters.
Mm. On a final note on this topic, all eyes will now be on Uncharted's performance as the Batman nears, and then ultimately whether a sequel gets a nod. I feel like the chances are pretty strong now, and plus the fact that I feel like right now Tom Holland basically prints money.
He can. He's the new it guy, and for good reason. He does good films, and he's very, very. He has a lot of range.
Yeah,
and makes it compelling.
Yep. It is an encouraging start for PlayStation Productions, though, which is also bringing a Ghost of Tsushima movie to the big screen.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And they are also betting big on its collaboration with HBO for The Last of Us. So there you go.
Hey, man, they do something Kurosawa. I like old I love film, so I didn't know about Ghost of Tsushima, so I'm just stoked. I didn't know they were making that. I knew about Last of Us.
Was that before you showed them on Crossroads? Because we reported on that.
It has to have been, because I did not know they were going to make that into a movie, and I can't wait. I almost picked up the director's cut. I have the director's cut. I might actually go play it just because that movie's coming out. I love films like that.
Yeah,
they didn't fuck up and put Tom Cruise in it, did they?
There was nothing wrong with The Last Samurai. There
I
was nothing
know
wrong with that
but
movie.
it's still fun. It made sense. It made sense. Like, I mean, kind of.
So do you think this is a fluke, or do you think Uncharted might be like giving the game movie curse a run for its money?
I think that game movie curse. I like I said, Detective Pikachu was really good. Sonic the Hedgehog was really good.
And then we had Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, which I know for sure because I saw that movie. That movie was trash.
Yeah, have you ever seen was it Iron Man 3 or
I didn't think Iron Man 3 was bad.
Thor Dark World? I'm just saying.
Wait, hold on. I'm on the standard definition podcast where we're talking about them. We're doing the Marvel movies one by one right now. And you know what? I'll be controversial here. Thor: Dark World, in my opinion, was better than Thor 1.
I mean, Thor 1 wasn't very good either. All I'm saying, it didn't hit that movie. Those movies didn't hit their stride until they got Taika Waititi. That man is a fucking genius.
Exactly. Which is why I nearly did backflips when I heard he was directing Love and Thunder.
I love him. Jojo Rabbit is another one of my favorite films. If you haven't seen that, go study up what it was like to be in Berlin in the last days of the Third Reich, and then go watch that film. It makes it very interesting and funnier, actually, which is odd. But the point I'm trying to make is, you're gonna have bad films. Not every film is gonna be a hit. I mean, those movies make money because they have Marvel, but
movies adapted from other mediums are usually terrible. And I'm not just talking about video game movies. Look at movies that have been adapted from cartoons, from anime, from comic books, stuff like that. The Marvel movies are having a run because the Marvel
movies, formula to them.
Yeah, there's a formula to it, and also they are trying to create original stories that exist outside of the comics, which is what's working for them. They're taking it serious and stuff like that. But for every like Thor Ragnarok, we have freaking Blood Rain, or and that's, Dead or Alive, or
whatever that
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
You leave that first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Are you talking about the new one or the ones that they did back in the day? The ones in the 80s were great.
I'm talking about the Bruckheimer ones.
Oh yeah, well that's because it's Jerry Bruckheimer.
I'm sorry, not Bruckheimer. I'm sorry.
It was Bay.
Michael Bay.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Explodiums. Those movies.
It was Transformers with turtles, but and that's not even necessarily true, right? We adapt books really, really well, and a very, very close.
Well, yeah, we adapt books very well because guess what? The manuscript is already written for them. It's not that hard.
It's not like video games and other mediums or that we have fucking albums that get turned into movies.
Here's what I know. Pretentious ass movie directors don't know what to do with video game movies.
That's true.
And Hollywood studios don't like the idea of letting a fanboy direct a movie. Even though, I will say, Paul W.S. Anderson's Mortal Kombat, that was a fucking stellar phenomenon for back when it came out. Stuff like that.
The original Mortal Kombat movie?
Yeah, the guy who directed the 6 Resident Evil movies directed Mortal Kombat. Interesting. And he also directed Event Horizon.
That's interesting.
Yeah. W.S. Anderson's is a good director in my opinion. I do not have any problems with the original 6 Resident Evil movies. Yeah, they got a little hokey at certain points and stuff like that, but they were entertaining, and but gamers got pissed because it wasn't staying too true to Resident Evil. So then we wound up getting a Resident Evil film that was supposed to be true to the what? Ugh.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I would disagree with the fanboys getting the reins because Dave Filoni and fucking Jon Favreau have done wonderful things with Star Wars on TV.
It's funny because they're lambasting Kathleen Kennedy, and she's basically the head executive producer for Star Wars right now. I don't get it.
That goes around. It's again, people just can't be
happy. It's the misogyny aspect of it. That's what that is.
100%.
Yeah. All right. Ready to move on?
We could talk movies all day. We gotta keep it moving.
Yeah, we find common ground all the time here on Crossroads, don't we?
Well, I like films. You and I used to back in the day go down to Movie Stop before I ever fucking worked there. And pick up movies.
Yep. All right. So our next topic tonight. It's been a long time since I said this. This is usually my spiel when we get to this point. But it wouldn't be an episode of Crossroads if we didn't talk about Cyberpunk 2077. It's been a long time.
I made a mistake with that game. I played it early on and I hated it.
All right, so Sony is actually releasing a PS4 system update to fix Cyberpunk 2077 discs issue. All right, so we picked up this news bit from pushsquare.com as well as PlayStationLifestyle.net. So we should all know by now that things rarely go smoothly when it comes to Cyberpunk 2077 and the PS4. Since the game's gigantic 1.5 update, which happened just last month, that launched the 1.5 update. Was it last month? Today's the 22nd. Oh no, a couple of weeks ago.
That game
a couple of weeks
ago. Radar long ago.
Yeah. Okay, but since the 1.5 update happened, some PS4 players have had issues launching their disc version of Cyberpunk 77 through the system, and in a surprising twist, it's actually Sony that's moving to fix the problem. In an update on the 19th of February, the PS4 got a new system update that hopefully will sort things out. I say hopefully because I don't know for sure, given that I don't own Cyberpunk 2077 on the PlayStation or the PS4. As soon as I got a PS5, I retired my PS4. And if everybody knows who's been listening to this show, well, we're 71 episodes in the Crossroads. Everybody knows I had a base PS4 system. I'd never had the Pro. So yeah, I dodged all sorts of bullets, by not getting 77 on PS4.
I had it on the Xbox. I still missed all the issues and didn't like it. So
one of the more widely reported issues is about the failure for the game to launch on the PS4 after applying the patch. CD Projekt Red did acknowledge the issue and said that they were working on a fix, but Sony has picked up the slack on this one. And after releasing a whole console update just so that one game works properly on disc, which is practically unheard of, but at least it's something that's being done to address the problem. I feel like Sony did this update because they were just tired of this game's performance hurting their stock profile.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what happened. That's what's happened here. Yeah.
Make it work because they can't get they're still having problems getting PS5s to everybody.
Yeah.
You still can't find them in stores, so they need it to work on PS4 because people still have PS4s. So
yeah,
Yeah, the natural thing is to go to the Xbox if you want to play a game and it's not fucking working on your system and you can't get the other one.
Yeah, the high demand for PS5 systems actually sidelined Sony's plans to retire the PS4 early. Like Sony had actually had plans of having the PS4 retired by 2022. And because of how hard things are, from the commercial lanes issues to the chip shortages and all that stuff, they had to continue releasing the PS4 for a little bit longer. I guess a quick questions for some of our audience, because you kind of answered this question already. You haven't really gone back to Cyberpunk 2077 since it rolled out. Shoot. A big question for our audience out there tonight is, if you do have Cyberpunk 2077 on PS4, have you ran into this problem with the game since the initial patch came out? So just sound off, hit us up, let us know how you feel about it, and we're gonna move on to our final topic for tonight. The show's almost over, guys.
And I thought it would be an hour. We were pushing an hour and 45 minutes or something that.
Hey, we're talking. Actually, recording time has been an hour and 28 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about this last topic.
Oh, good. I'm glad you are, because it wasn't until I actually saw this topic that I realized that I need to catch up and buy something.
Yeah, I need to. I couldn't care less about the part of it, but I'm all about the look.
Oh, wait. Did I? I think I skipped something. Did I skip something? What
are you talking about?
I did skip something.
Are you talking about the faceplates?
No. No. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. I got my show notes confused. I was still scrolling past the Cyberpunk stuff and didn't realize. Okay, so here we go. The PlayStation 5 covers, the faceplates basically. The general release has been delayed by Sony. Meanwhile, PSVR 2 has been revealed. And when I say been revealed, I'm talking about what the actual system looks like.
Do we have a
All right.
price point yet?
No price point's been given yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's get rolling on this. Sony Interactive Entertainment has seemingly postponed the general release of its official PS5 covers, as they are still only available for purchase directly from the company on the PlayStation Direct website. Sony had previously revealed that the Midnight Black and Cosmic Red PS5 covers would be sold in general outlets beginning on the 18th of February, but PlayStation Direct US and UK has now indicated that they won't be on general release until sometime in March. Sony announced its own lineup of PS5 covers in response to a growing supply of third-party offerings, notably from the company D Brand, who keeps jumping up and daring Sony to sue them, and they get sued every fucking time.
Yeah, but it's endearing.
It is. It's like, oh, you're so cute.
At least you tried.
All right, this delay unfortunately means that players can still only buy the console covers directly from PlayStation. They aren't currently listed for pre-order on Amazon UK, Amazon US, Game, or GameStop. Yeah, I keep forgetting there's an actual store called Game. I keep forgetting that. Sony previously said that it plans to release the Nova Pink, Starlight Blue, and Galactic Purple console covers during the first half of 2022, but we still don't have an actual date as of yet for when that's happening. The covers The covers are currently available in the United States, Canada, the UK, Europe, Australia, Japan, China, Korea, and other Asian territories. When you go to the PlayStation Direct site, though, take note: purchasers should know that you can only purchase one color per household. So just remember that. So if you're trying to buy,
dick move is that?
One color per household. There's two colors available right now, so you can buy the red one and the black one, but you can't buy two of each one.
So you can buy one of each.
You can buy one of each. Yeah,
right.
one color per household. Yeah,
okay. I misheard that. I was like, you can only buy one, but what if you like to swap it out? Like, I've got my heart set for the pink one. I've already ordered my pink controller.
Okay, all right. There is a promotion for free standard shipping by purchasing any PlayStation game or accessory right now on the PlayStation Direct site, and that goes through March 31st of this year. So I say jump on it while supplies last. Because shipping can make stuff expensive.
Yeah.
All right. And in some last minute news that actually dropped today, Sony has finally revealed the PSVR 2's design. This news comes to us from The Verge and as well as the PlayStation blog. Having been announced last February and showing off the controllers last March, and then confirming that it would be called the PSVR 2 in January, we now have our first true look at the overall design of the next generation PlayStation virtual reality headset. The design of the PSVR 2 headset was mainly inspired by the look of the PS5 family of products. So think the white on black design, the white on black aesthetic. I mean, the new design features the similar white and black color scheme as the PlayStation 5, and the company says that the two products were designed with the other in mind. And while it features the same broad designs as the overall PSVR, the new model also brings a few enhancements, including a lens adjustment dial, a new vent design, and a slight reduction in weight. And similar to the PS5 and its DualSense controller, PSVR 2 has the tiny textured PlayStation icons hidden in the front and back bands of the headset. That's actually some cool stuff, actually. Honestly, I like it.
When is D-Block putting out their covers for that too? That was my first thought when you said that, when they were partnering.
Yeah.
I'm like the worst one for them to have announced VR, because I'm like,
I'm not really a fan of it either. And while today's reveal has answered the biggest question about PSVR 2, there's still a lot that we do not know about the upcoming headset, like its price or its release date. Although presumably Sony will have more to share on the topic soon. We can, as always,
in the next 2 weeks.
So here's a few questions for everybody out there. Chris has already said he's getting the the pink cover for the
Oh,
PlayStation.
absolutely.
I am doing my damnedest, like, because my boyfriend's birthday is next week. Not next week. I'm sorry, the week after. I'm doing my damnedest to like get his stuff situated
Oh, I
before
bet you are.
I get my stuff situated because
That's how
I
you do it,
want
ladies and
because
gentlemen.
because I need to buy a black PlayStation controller. I want to buy those black dark plates for the system. I do.
I have the black controller. I got it because I always liked the black ones back in the day. I got the pink one because it looks dope as shit the way they have it set up. I'm a huge fan of pink. I like bright colors. Um, it's I've been trying to get a pair of Jordans in pink, and they only make them mostly for women, or they're very expensive, so I haven't been buying those. But I'm excited for the pink plates. They may not match my living room, and it may not make my wife happy, but it's going to be a pink PlayStation 5. I'm super fucking stoked about it. I like the idea of it, right? It defeats I hate how you get a system and they're like, oh no, now we're putting out the super sweet, awesome Darth Vader version of a PlayStation 4 that you could also buy.
Which they are like the limited edition consoles are going to be that, like you're going to have these iffy spiffy plates and stuff like that.
But they can sell it in plates. They don't have to sell the whole system.
That's true, but do you think they will?
I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. There's so much you can do with these plates.
That's true. That is true. That's true.
Design your own plates. That'd be cool.
All right, and you and I both kind of said it here. Like, I'm not a big fan of VR. But I have to ask the audience: are you a big enough fan of VR gaming to get the new PSVR 2 when it becomes available? One of my biggest things is I still feel like it's just all a gimmick at the end of the day, just like how like 3D movies were, and I'm talking about the 3D movies that happened recently, not this. Not the stuff that when our parents were kids, you had the red and blue, like the paper glasses
in the 50s. Yeah, when it was cool. Before Avatar.
Yeah. Before Avatar, yeah,
he wasn't that kid.
Yeah, my problem is, and it kind of goes hand in hand with my problem that I have with like modern 3D is that I have astigmatism, so it's my depth perception is really hard, on stuff with lenses, like right on my eyeballs like that. So yeah, that's my thing. I'm not trying to ruin anybody else's good time. I'm just saying that there are certain games that I enjoyed on PSVR, like Beat Saber for one. But then again, everybody that knows me knows I love music games.
Yeah. And I'm sure we'll give Austin plenty of time to talk about this next week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll be thrilled.
All right. So that's it for all of our news topics tonight. To get the scoop on all of tonight's topics, links have been provided in our Twitch stream chat. So you go check them out and then continue the conversation with us over at our Twitter page, which is at @PS_Crossroads. Chris, I think we're about to wrap the show up.
Works for me. It's night time anyways.
Yeah, I mean, no, Austin's here, so no big topic tonight.
I thought I was the big topic, but we're just going to discuss me for the next 20 minutes.
You're the big topic when we turn off the mics.
Yep, every time. Hey now.
All right. So that's our show for the night. As always, we'd like to give a big thanks to you for tuning in to Crossroads PlayStation Podcast. Before we head out, big topic. Rach Bartmoss, who's become a regular here on our show. Thanks a lot, man. As well as shout out to Zoomy 2009 from the Dad Pod.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight in the chat as well. But Race is trying to get me on Lost Ark. Dude, I am playing Monster Hunter right now. I can only do one major game at a time like that.
Right? Does it play on his PSP, and can he play Cascade at the exact same time, but the same song over and over and over again? I'm pretty sure Cascade only put out one song ever.
That dude has like 9 albums.
Didn't even know it was a dude. 100% thought it was a girl.
There you go.
It didn't bother me. Like, I didn't care. Just that song. I don't know why. I think it's because that one song has a female singer, and I thought Cascade was the name of the singer, and they just they liked dance beats and shit. I don't know, man.
You're just never gonna let it go, are you?
Never. That's like if I remember anything about LeRon, it's that he loves fucking Cascade and Monster.
I love house music. I love house music. And Cascade had a big house music, like a big segment of his career was house music. And so yeah, like that's my thing. All right.
Nope.
Before we head out now, here's how you can get connected and stay connected with the crew. Chris.
Oh, you can reach me at Real Chris True over at Twitter. Please engage with me. I like to talk video games and stuff. Like tag me and shit. We can chit chat. You can also find me on Dad Pod the Show every other Wednesday. It's not this Wednesday. It is next Wednesday. I'm there with the luscious Brody, Justin, as well as Dom. We hold it down over there every other Wednesday. I have some other stuff to plug, but I can't remember it off the top.
You should write it down.
I should.
Or hell,
I don't want to start plugging the band yet because we haven't. Once we get that further on,
you should add it to the show notes. If it's worthy enough, I will mention it.
Yeah. We'll talk about that as we get further down the line with production and shit. Maybe we'll talk about the band then.
All right. As always, you can catch me on social media at Exodus803, EXODUS803. That's also my Twitch and YouTube channels, as well as my PlayStation and Steam gamer tag. So remember, Exodus803. You can also use a variation of that and find me on Xbox Live as well. So there you go. A quick reminder, Crossroads now has a merch store where you can get all of our merch, including shirts, ball caps, mugs, stickers, hoodies, even socks. Yeah. If you want to rep your love of Crossroads, the PlayStation Podcast, head over to redbubble.com/Bossverse Network and check out the store tab on the website. All right. And we can't leave before telling you what's up on Boss Rush right now. So head over to Boss Rush right now, or bossrush.net right now, where Patrick Nisley poses the question: what are the best and worst sequels in gaming? Chris, if you were to shoot off one of the best sequels and one of the worst sequels in gaming, what would it be?
Best sequel, Uncharted 2. Worst sequel, Kingdom Hearts 3. Didn't even finish it. Fuck that game.
Damn. You know what? You took my answer. Mm-hmm.
I can throw it way back to Link's Adventure.
Link's Adventure? Worst sequel?
Legend of Zelda 2. Worst sequel.
Zelda 2 Link Zelda 2 like that one. Link's Adventure. Yeah, that was a bad sequel.
Yeah.
That was a bad sequel.
Kingdom Hearts is most recent, so fuck it specifically, but Dead Space 2 is also a really good one. Why the fuck would you start this topic? Now it's got my brain going. Let's get to the very end and ask a really, really inviting question.
Hey, we'll go check out the February 22nd edition of Boss Rush Banner and add to the conversation there. Also, Andrew Millard tells you everything you need to know about the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves save transfers from the PlayStation 4. So here's the thing about it: if you played either one of those games on PS4 before this collection came out, you have a way of actually bringing your trophies forward. Your trophies and your save transfers and stuff like that. So just think about that. And then since we're talking about Andrew, go ahead and check out his first impressions of Horizon Forbidden West on the website right now. All that and more can be found over on bossrush.net. So head there, check out more editorials and shows from our ever-growing family of creators and contributors. If you'd like to talk about games, media, sports, food, much more, why not join our Discord, the Boss Rush Network Discord? Where there's even a Crossroads PlayStation Podcast server on there just for our fans. As always, you can chat with us and keep the conversation going by hitting us up on Twitter at @PS_Crossroads to dish on more news, events, and topics while we're getting ready for the next installment of Crossroads. This has been episode 71 of Crossroads PlayStation Podcast. As always, do us a big favor. Come back. Join us next week for another episode of the show. And as a part of the Boss Rush Games family, we want you all to go out, have a great night, and play games and be better. Take care of yourselves. We will see you all next week.
Be best.
Goodbye. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I
You
don't.
said be better, and that's all that popped into my head was
I don't.
that's way better than be best. I should say be best and see if I can break him at the very end. I
I don't.
won.
I don't really care. Do you?
I don't really care, do you? It was either gonna be that or I bet you Andrew Millard's review of or first impressions of Horizon has less helicopter emojis in it.
All right, everyone. All right, we're signing off. Have a good night.